Narayanam namaskrityam naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayam udirayet nashtaprayeshu abhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavati uttama shloke bhaktir bhavati naishtaki durlabo manusho deho dehinam shanbhangure tatrapi durlabam manye vaikuntha priya darshinaha Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalaya Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namaha Namaha Pankaja Nabhaya Namaha Pankaja Maline Namaha Pankaja Netraya Namaste Pankajangriye. Hare Krishna, dear worshipable devotees. We are reading Grantaraj Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 21. Bali Maharaj arrested by the Lord. So, Bali Maharaj has been arrested by the Lord. And we were kind of in the middle of that point, discussing that thing, that how Bali Maharaj was arrested. So we'll see that. But let's read the text 27. That's where we kind of paused yesterday. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hahakaro mahanasi drodasyo sarvato disham nigrahyamane asurapatau vishnuna prabha vashninu shruna. Translation by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. When Bali Maharaj was thus arrested by Lord Vishnu, who is the most powerful, there was a great roar of lamentation. Hi, hi, hahakar. In all the directions throughout the upper, lower, and the upper and lower planetary systems of the universe. There was a big hahakar. Hahakar mahan asid. Not just ordinary, a tumultuous roar. Just imagine their king has been badly bound, right? Hamandev is sitting on the throne. Let's meditate upon this with the Varun Pasha. With this, he has been Garuda. And we discussed this very important point that Garuda understood the mood of his master, Vamandev. And all these different servants understood, and they were serving the Lord. We discussed their names as well, Nanda, Sunandana, etc. But Bali Maharaj has been arrested. So one devotee was saying that we all want to be humble, but we don't want to be humiliated. Then how will we test that we are becoming humble or not? If everyone is saying kind words to us, if everything is happening by the what we would like to happen, then it's a not test of humility. The test of humility is when things are not going the way I would like, or when someone is not or being disrespectful to me, or someone said harsh words to me. How I would react in that situation is the test of humility. So because how will the humility be tested? Now here Bali Maharaj was very humble. He didn't object when everything was taken. Now also they were running. They went to the lower planets when Garuda arrested them. So, but he is just accepting. If that's arrangement by the Lord, so be it. That's a sign of greatness. The test one's greatness is tested in provoking situations. Certainly very provoking situation for Bali Maharaj. But he is showing his greatness, his great divine qualities. Okay, 28, number 28. Yes, Sampada Mataji, you want to read?
Yes, Prabhuji, thank you. Hare Krishna. Text 28. Tam batham varu naipasir bhagavan aha vamana nastashyam sthita-prajnam udara yasasam ripa. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. O King, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vamana Dev, then spoke to Bali Maharaj, the most liberal and celebrated personality whom he had arrested with the ropes of Varuna. Bali Maharaj had lost all bodily luster, but he was nonetheless fixed in his determination. Purport. When one is bereft of all his possessions, he is certainly reduced in bodily luster. But although Bali Maharaj had lost everything, he was fixed in his determination to satisfy Vamanadev, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In Bhagavad Gita, such a person is called sthita-prajna. A pure devotee is never deviated from the service of the Lord, despite all difficulties and impediments offered by the illusory energy. Generally, men who have wealth and opulence are famous, but Bali Maharaj became famous for all time by being deprived of all his possessions. This is a special mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead toward his devotees. The Lord said, Yasyaham anukranyami harishyatathanam sanai. As the first installment of his special favor, the Lord takes away all the possessions of his devotee. A devotee, however, is never disturbed by such a loss. He continues his service, and the Lord amply rewards him beyond the expectations of any common man. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, back to you. Please explain.
Thank you so much, Sampada Mataji. Very, very nice verse. Bali Maharaj was fixed in his determination. Very, very important lesson. Ups and downs will come in everyone's journey. Health and disease will come in our lives. Wealth and poverty will come. Some attachment to family members and loss of family members will come. Some education may come, beauty may come, old age will come, etc., etc. Promotions may come, unemployment may come. These are all dualities of life. But what is the lesson? That we should never be deviated in our determination, always fixed in our determination. This is what we are reading in Bhagavad Gita also currently. Sthita-prajna ka bhasha, towards the end, if you remember the acronym, GITA, A is Atmarama or sthita-prajna. How does he behave? How does he talk? How does he react in different situations? So what is Bhagavatam? Bhagavatam is basically Bhagavad Gita in action. Or Bhagavatam gives us the examples that this Bhagavad Gita is not just telling some theory. People are living by it. Prabhupada lived by it. So many ups and downs. So great souls live by Bhagavad Gita. They live by Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam is about devotees. Bhagavad Gita is telling what we should do, like the theory. Bhagavatam is teaching with practical examples of great souls like Bali Maharaj. He was undisturbed. He was equipoised, sthita-prajna, sthita, fixed in his determination. Prajna is buddhi, intelligence, undeviated, like the lines in the stone. Despite all difficulties and impediments offered by the illusory energy. That's very, very important. When things are going fine, it's easy to do what we may want to do. When things are difficult, then it's very difficult also. The first thing when a difficulty comes in the life of a person, the first thing he or she may take out is Krishna consciousness. Isko side pe rakho pehle. Let me get stabilized. Let me get stabilized. Let my family situation get stabilized. Let my job get stabilized. Let me get married. There's never a stability because this is a world of instability. Kamala dala jalati jivana talamala. There will never be a stability in this. Something will come. For those who are not married, think I'll get married. For those who are not, like they married, okay, let me get kids. Oh, let my kids get elder. Let my kids go to the college. Let my kids get married. Let my kids have grandchildren. Let my grandchildren get married. There is no end. Or let me earn this money. Let me get a job. Let me get a business. Let me improve my health. Let me do this. Let me do that. There is no end point. The right time is now. In spite of all the ups and downs, in spite of all the difficulties, we're not saying that we don't have to take care of that. We have to handle them. We have to do what the needful is. But what we don't have to stop is our bhakti. In spite of all the ups and downs. Ups and downs will come no matter who we are. Whether we are the Bill Gates of this world or we are a, you know, um, you know, beggar on the street, whether we have whatever our situation may be, everyone will have to go through ups and downs offered by the illusory energy. And for devotee, they take it as a test. A devotee is never disturbed by such a loss. Very, very important point. Why? Because he's smart, he's intelligent. He knows that even if there is a test, the Lord took something away, whether it is wealth, whether it is a dear one, whether it is something which I really wanted. The last line of this purport is so beautifully mentioning it here. The Lord will amply rewards him or her beyond the expectations of any common man. Very, very important. So devotees are not fools. They may be, sacrificing a significant portion of their day reading Bhagavad Gita, chanting or hearing or doing seva. They're the most intelligent because the Lord will reward them unlimited. And when we talk about Lord, it's not a new job or new home or new car. This is the eternal reward. Like we're talking about Hanuman, the bhakti reward, the love of Godhead reward. That reward is the topmost. Prema Pumartho Mahan. So that is Bali Maharaj. Okay, text 29. Anyone who has not read today and couldn't read yesterday either wants to read?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, may I read?
Yes, please.
Hare Krishna, Pranam to all devotees. Text number 29. Padani trini dattani bhume mamhyam tvayasura dabhyam kranta mahi sarva tritiyam upakalpaya. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. O King of the demons, you have promised to give me 3 steps of land. But I have occupied the entire universe with 2 steps. Now think about where I should put my 3rd. So here Vamandev have put this question in front of Bali Maharaj. Now he's asking, where should I put my 3rd step? Please elaborate, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Back to you.
Thank you. Just think about it. The situation. Think you're present in that past time. Bali Maharaj is completely tied up. Everything is lost in one way, externally. Bali Maharaj is captured. Vamandev is sitting on the throne. Where should I put the 3rd step? I have covered everything. There is no place to put the 3rd step. So, quite interesting. Text 30. Swati Mataji, you want to read?
Hare Krishna. Danvat Pranam. Text 30. Yavat tatapi aso govir yavat indu saho tubihir yavat varshati parjanyasthavati bhur iyam tava. Translation: as far as the sun and the moon shine with the stars, as far as the clouds pour rain, all the land throughout the universe is in your possession. Thank you, Prabhuji. Correct.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. So, Bali Maharaj is being accused by Vamandev that while you told me you'll give me 3 steps of land, but where do I put it? So let's see what happens next. Yes, Namini Mataji, you want to read?
Great. Yeah. Yes, Prabhu. Dandat Pranam. Text 31. Padekena maya kranto bhulakaha kam dishastano swarlokaste dvitiyena paschattaste swamatmana. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Of these possessions, with one step, I have occupied Bhurloka, and with my body, I have occupied the entire sky and all directions. And in your presence, with my second step, I have occupied the upper planetary system. Purport. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. According to the Vedic description of the planetary system, all the planets move from east to west. The Sun, the Moon, and 5 other planets, such as Mars and Jupiter, orbit one above another. Mamandeva, however, expanding his body and extending his steps, occupied the entire planetary system. So here Prabhupada is speaking what we read in Canto 5th. The planets move from east to west according to the Vedic understanding, Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. And he's explaining the orbits, and Vamandeva is saying that, my first step, he occupied Burloka. With his body, he occupied the entire sky. And with second step, I have occupied the upper planetary system. So where will the third step go? Back to you, Prabhu. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Canto Prabhu, you want to read 32?
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, everyone. Text 32. Pratishrutam adastuste niraye vasya ishayat vishwatvan nirayam tasmad gurunna chanu mutaitaha. Translation. Purport by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada ki jai. Because you have been unable to give charity according to your promise, the rule is that you should go down to live in the hellish planets. Therefore, in accordance with the order of Shukracharya, your spiritual master, now you go down and live there. Purport. Narayana parah sarve na kutaschana bibhayati sarva swarga pavarga narakeshva keshava api kulayartha darshanah. Devotees solely engaged in the devotional service of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Narayana, never fear any condition of life. For them, the heavenly planets, liberation, and the hellish planets are all the same. For such devotees are interested only in the service of the Lord. Bhagavad Gita 6:17-28. Sorry, Bhagavatam 6:17-28. A devotee engaged in the service of Narayana is in equilibrium. A devotee actually lives transcendentally. Although he may appear to have gone to hell or heaven, he does not live in either places. Rather, he always lives in Vaikuntha. Saguna samatitayatim Brahma Bhuvaika Kalpate. Vaman Deva asked Bali Maharaj to go to the hellish planets, apparently just to show the entire universe how tolerant he was, and Bali Maharaja did not hesitate to carry out the orders. A devotee does not live alone. Of course, everyone lives with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but because a devotee is engaged in his service, he actually does not live in any material condition. Bhaktivedanta Thakura says, Kitam Janmaho Yata Tviya Dasha. Thus, he prays to take birth as an insignificant insect in the association of devotees. Because devotees are engaged in the service of the Lord, anyone who lives with them also lives in Vaikuntha. Thank you, Prabhuji. Please explain.
Something, Prabhu. Do you have any comments on this?
What I understand is, Prabhuji, for a devotee who is always worshipping Narayana, he doesn't really look where he belongs, where he's living, what status he's having. Those are all material things. Doesn't really matter. Only thing he looks for is to look for an opportunity or look for only devotional services, and his mind is always thinking about how to serve Lord, that's number one point, Prabhuji. Understood. And the second point is, irrespective of what life a devotee get in the future, they still think about serving the Lord, even an insignificant insect. That's what Prabhupada was mentioning. So an insect, we think that what can it do? But a devotee in an insect form can do devotion service as well. That's what I'm saying. Please correct me if I'm wrong.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Swarga apavarga narkeshu. Very, very important. Swarga is heaven. Apavarga is liberated state, free from pavarga. Narakeshu or Naraka, hellish planets. Apitulya. A devotee is equipoised. Prabhupada is writing the word. A devotee engaged in the service of Lord Narayana, Narayana Parasarve. Na kutaschana bibhyati. No bhaya. Never fear when Krishna is near. Right? Prahlad Maharaj, epitome of fearlessness. 5-year-old boy. No weapons, no resources. So many attempts were made. Mare Krishna rakhe ki rakhe Krishna mare ki. Same with here, Bali Maharaj. Okay, heaven or hell, whatever Lord's plan is. But the devotee was in equilibrium. Because actually a devotee, whether only what he is desiring of is yatha tuyadasa, wherever the devotees are present. So Prabhupada is mentioning, because devotees are engaged in service of the Lord, anyone who lives with them is also in Vaikuntha. And I'm sure we feel that when we are in good devotee association, that place is not just any place. It just becomes Vaikuntha atmosphere, free from anxieties, whether it is a home or a temple or a park or a car, wherever we are with devotees. And devotees with devotees, it doesn't mean the physical proximity. It means whenever we are doing what? Matchita matkata prana bodhayanta parasparam. Kathayantascha mam nityam tushyanti cha ramanti cha. Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says that when we come in association of devotees, what we should do? Chant about the holy names. Matchata Madgata Prana. Discuss about Krishna's pastimes. Whether it's a Zoom call, it becomes Vaikuntha. Whether it's a home program or a temple program or a Bhakti Vriksha or Bhakti Vaibhava or any program, any place, temple, home, anywhere, heaven or hell, does not matter. So this is the essence. Krishna is always with his devotees. Devotees are always with Krishna. Krishna is in the heart of devotees. Devotees are in the heart of Krishna. Krishna thinks nothing but of his devotees, and devotee thinks nothing but of the Supreme Lord. That is their bond. Okay. Yes, Aparna Mataji, you want to read next verse? Thank you so much for joining early morning. Prakriti Mataji, Aparna Mataji. I think she got disconnected. Someone, Munna Prabhu or Mataji, are you in a position to read?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, what's your good name and where are you joining from?
My name is Muna Timilsina, and I'm from Virginia. And I just want to learn more about Bhagavad Gita. So,
Thank you, thank you. Oh, I think your friend Puna Mataji
yes,
told
yes.
you. Oh, welcome.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you so much. We are so grateful to you for joining.
Thank you.
Would you be interested to read one verse today?
Yeah, sure, definitely. I'll love to read.
We will be blessed. We are reading Bhagavatam here. On Saturday evenings, we do Bhagavad Gita. I'll add you to that group as well, so you can join those in the evenings, Saturday evenings at 5:30 Eastern. We do Bhagavad Gita as well.
Sure, thank you so much. Shall I proceed?
Please.
Text 33. Vritha Manoratha Tasya Duraha Savarga Patadhya Pratishruta Shadananya Yo Rithanam Pralambhate. Translation: far from being elevated to the heavenly planets or fulfilling one's desires, one who does not properly give a beggar what he has promised falls down to a hellish condition of life. Back to you, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. We are very, very grateful to you that you are here and giving your precious time and energy to read and understand Bhagavatam. Thank you so much. And you have certainly a very good friend, Puna Mataji, who is very instrumental in bringing you here. And I'm sure you feel like Vaikuntha in her presence.
She has been talking a lot about Bhagavad Gita with me, and I got inspired from her, so I wanted to join the class and want to learn more about it.
That's awesome. That is the best friend. He or she is the best friend who helps us to get closer to Krishna. So thank you. Thank you to you and to Puna Mataji all as well for inspiring you, and may this friendship continue to grow and add more friends as well in the loop.
Sure.
So far from being elevated to heavenly planets or fulfilling one's desire, one who does not properly give a beggar what he has promised falls down. So in short, we have discussed this point again and again, that charity is a dharma of a grihastha, and one must do to the best of one's ability and capacity. Especially if one has promised, one must do that. It's not that, okay, I promised something and tomorrow I changed my mind. Sorry, I just was joking. Right. Let me tell you a joke on giving in charity. And then, one time, a beggar went to a person, big person, big landlord, and said, "Oh, Mr. Patel, your mansion is like Swarga." Wow. Patelji was very happy. Wow. Look at your beautiful car. I have never seen such a car in this world. It's so amazing. So many features. And Patel said to Miss Patel, "Can you get my gold watch from upstairs, please?" And this beggar is thinking, wow, this person will give me gold watch. And he said, "Mr. Patel, all your children are also extraordinary. I've never seen any great children like the ones you have." And Mr. Patel says to his wife, "Can you please get me the new gold ring also, which I recently bought?" And the beggar is getting happy and more happy. And that is, this person is going to give me gold ring as well. And then it says, "Mr. Patel, I must tell you that you are the most charitable person of the whole world. I have never seen so kind and generous." And then he keeps adding, "Oh, dear wife, can you please get the new branded jacket I got yesterday?" And this person is getting happy. And then, like time is passing by and this person is mentally thinking, well, he's going to give me a lot of charity and this and that. And the beggar asks, "Well, Mr. Patel, you asked a lot of things for, for probably to give to me, but your wife doesn't seem to be getting those stuff." And he said, "Well, you were mentally pleasing me, I was mentally pleasing you." That's just a joke on this charity. A lot of jokes on the charity. I'll tell you one more. One time a $1 bill and a $100 bill were joking with each other. Not joking, they were having a serious conversation. $100 bill said, I am great. Look at how much power I have. I am in big, wallets of big wealthy people. I'm in the government offices. I'm in big malls. I'm in big casinos. I'm big restaurants and whatnot. And $1 bill said, "Well, you are not at one place where I'm always present. I am in abundance in one place, but where I don't see you ever." He said, "What's that?" He said, "In the temple hundi." So these are jokes, but there is a lot of truth also to these things. In India, they say, well, जो नोट कहीं नहीं चलता वो मंदिर में चला देते. The note which is torn and everything, no one will, the sabji wala will not take, the mochi will not take, the barber will not take, the temple hundi will take it. Anyways, jokes apart, but this is a serious point that one should try one's best and not fail on one's promise. Because otherwise one will go to hellish. So last verse, and then we will pause for this today's 34. I know a little over time, but let's complete this chapter. Yes, Kirti Mataji, you want to read?
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam. Text 34. Vipralabdho dadamiti tvahama shadyamanina tadavyakila phalam bunga nirabha tichittasama. Translation by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Being falsely proud of your possession, you promised to give me a land, but you could not fulfill your promise. Therefore, because your promise was false, you must live for the hellish life. The false prestige of thinking I am very rich and I possess such as a vast property is another side of material life. Everything belongs to Supreme Personality of Godhead and no one else possesses anything. This is the real fact. Ishtam idam sama ya Kṛṣṇa jagatam jagat. Bali Maharaja was undoubtedly the most exalted devotee of the Supreme Lord, whereas previously he had maintained a misunderstanding due to false prestige. By the supreme will of the Lord, he now had to go to the hellish planet, but because he went there by the order of Supreme Personality of Godhead, he lived there more opulently than one could expect to live in the planet of heaven. A devotee always lives with Supreme Personality of Godhead, engaging in his service, and therefore he always transcendental to hellish or heavenly resident. Thus the end of Bhaktivedanta purport of the 8th canto, 21st chapter of the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, entitled Bali Maharaja arrested by the Lord. Thank you, Prabhu. Back to you.
Thank you. Mataji. So, very, very important lesson here, that one should not think, oh, I am rich, oh, I will give this charity, oh, I will do this, oh, I have a lot of wealth, or I have to. Ultimately, Ishavasyam idam sarvam yat kinchan jagatyam jagat. That means everything belongs to Krishna, Bhoktaram yagya tapasam, sarva loka maheshwaram. He is the supreme Bhokta, he is the supreme proprietor, he is the supreme master. Who am I to give any charity to anyone? But I'm not at that level. I don't think like that. I may say like that, but I still think, no, the money in my bank account is my money. The property on my name is my property. That is the situation. Or the car on my name is my car, right? Or the degrees I have accumulated, oh, it's my name on there. It's not Krishna's property. It's not Krishna's. Neophyte, at least we have to see where we stand, and at least therefore it is required to give. At least when we give, we will understand that yes, it belongs to Krishna. At least when we do at least a portion of it, our hard-earned money, or we are not at that level to think that theoretically maybe we may have that understanding, or I may have that understanding, but practically no, I think no, this money is mine, this job is mine, this wealth is mine, this degree is mine, and it is meant for my pleasure. Why should I part it away? But if I don't do it, I'll become more miserly, more stingy, more cruel, more hard-hearted. So better I do something, and then slowly uplift to the level of thinking that there is nothing I can give Krishna, everything belongs to you. You give me something for my sustenance. Guru Maharaj, everything is to you. That was the Vedic culture. Everything the disciple would bring to the Guru, and then he would beg, Guru Maharaj, can I, get 10 rupees to get some apples? Can you get, I know some devotees, some exemplary devotees, and this is at least we can also try to follow in their footsteps. They give everything to Krishna. Krishna, this is all yours. And then, Krishna, I beg, can I borrow from you, or can I take from you? Can you give me $100 to pay my electricity bill for your home? Can I take from your money $50 to pay to get something for my kids? They need something for the school. So in that way, the consciousness will change. And slowly we will think that everything is Krishna's and I am the beggar. It's not that I am giving in charity, or I am rich, or I have a job which I earn money, etc. Everything is Krishna's. So this false prestige, Bali Maharaj, had that. Of course, he did not have that, but here Vamandev is going a little kind of, testing or purifying him completely by a little humiliation or embarrassment, right? If you remember when His Grace Gauranga Darshan Prabhu came in the class, he said, we want to embrace Krishna, but we don't want to get embarrassed by Krishna. But gopis, what are they saying in the 8th verse of Shishtashtakam? Yatha tatha va vidhatu lampato mat prananatha natastu saiva naparam. Krishna, whether you embrace me or embarrass me, I will be yours. So Bali Maharaj was embarrassed here, brutally embarrassed, literally. Hey, you were thinking you were rich. Hey, you were thinking you will give me 3 steps of land. You couldn't even afford to give me 2 steps of land proper. Where do I put? It's a great in front of all of us. So see it in front of the whole masses. Just think about, isn't it not embarrassing? It is certainly. You thought, oh, you are very rich. You promised me great land. You will give me 3 steps. You can't give me 2 steps. So to purify, when the pressure on the diamond, when the pressure on the carbon, it turns to diamond. So this will just lead to, and of course, ultimately we know what will happen. Krishna will give him the kingdom of in the next Manvantara, Indraloka, and he'll go back home, back to Godhead in the next later. So a devotee never loses anything. This is Krishna's promise. Okay, sorry, there's a little overtime here, but tomorrow we'll take the quick summary and start the fresh chapter. Thank you again for your wonderful association. Grantraj Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam Purana ki jai, Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai, Shri Prabhupada ki jai.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Vanchakal
Hare
Patarubhyascha, Kripasindhubhyeva Cha, Patitanam Pavanebhyo.
Krishna.
Hare
Thank you
Bol.
very much.
Thank you.